And a very good evening to you all, wherever you may be watching from, and welcome to some boys volleyball here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. Got a Southwestern Conference clash for you as the Collinsville Kahawks take on the O'Fallon Panthers. My name is Zach Roseman. Glad that you're here with us on a, kind of a temperamental weather-wise Thursday here in Southwest Illinois. We've had intermittent periods of pretty hard rain and even some thunder and sunshine. Right now it looks okay outside, but definitely some rain in the area, just kind of depending on where you're at. But we're inside, so that doesn't affect us too much. Collinsville come in with a record of 1-8 on the year. They are 0-2 in Southwestern Conference play, as they are coached by Mike Nichols. O'Fallon, they have had a pretty good year so far, find themselves at 9-3, 3-0 in Southwestern Conference play. Panthers are coached by Amy Sheehan. We're going to go ahead and take our first break now here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network. We'll be back in just a minute with the starting lineups for both teams and any other information that strikes our fancy here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the soft wave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville presents the Sports Page Lounge. Come check out Collinsville's newest destination for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge features a 14-foot, 9-screen video wall with games across the spectrum, from college football and basketball to the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Pair that with tastefully crafted libations from the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, and you have the perfect atmosphere for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge, next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery at 115 Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 618-855-8027 for more information. The Sports Page Lounge, a new experience for sports lovers in Collinsville. Are you a collector of sports trading cards and other sports memorabilia? Then you need to check out Rippin' Rookies Cards and Collectibles in Collinsville. Rippin' Rookies specializes in sports cards from all the major sports, MLB, NBA, NFL, plus Star Wars cards and more. Rippin' Rookies buys, sells, and trades cards and other memorabilia, and they have a large selection of single and graded cards. Walk-ins at Rippin' Rookies are welcome, or you can set up an appointment for large collections at sales@rippinrookies.com. Rippin' Rookies, 102 East Clay Street in the Old Herald Complex. Open Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Sundays, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Rippin' Rookies, Collinsville sports card and memorabilia destination.
We welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Had some new facility improvements done over the past couple of weeks. Got a new video board and some new scoreboards, as you might be able to tell from the little score bug we have down there in the corner for you. Kahok's just finishing their warm-ups now, and they'll give way and let the Panthers come out and get their warm-ups done. Pretty busy day in the world of Kahok sports. We've got baseball and softball in action, although I think they're possibly both in weather delays at the moment. Collinsville baseball up in Staunton, and I think they were in a rain delay, but it was 2-0 Kahawks in the third inning. So we'll see. I don't believe the rule is 5 innings for it to be a completed game, but with how isolated stuff is, we'll see if they're able to get restarted and see if they can get that game done or not. Okay, softball also in action up in Alton, taking on the Redbirds. And at last check, it was 2-0 in favor of the Redbirds. Not sure if that game was in a delay or not. And we'll have Todd Duke bringing you some Kahok girls soccer as they take on the Samuel Fallon Panthers, as I've got for you here on the volleyball court. I do apologize for the slight camera issues, trying to work on resolving those as we're able. But in the meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and take another break. Be back here in a minute for the introduction of the starting lineups and any other information that strikes our fancy here on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. Looking for a new place to catch the game with a cold drink and some great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahok games and all of the pro sports across the spectrum, and all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
We welcome you back into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, getting ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams. And I'm going to go ahead and give them to you right along with you all here. Eric Anderson covering PA duty for us here tonight. Appreciate that. I'm not sure if they're going to play the national anthem, so we may take another break here in just a moment. And we are going to do that, so back in just a bit on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahok football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting CollinsvilleFoundation.com.
All right, now that national anthem's been played, just about ready now for the introduction of the starting lineups for both teams. Kahawks out there in the purple uniforms, white trim, white numbers, and lettering. Found out there in the gold shirts, navy blue shorts, navy blue lettering and numbering for their starting lineup. Sophomore setter number 28, Blake Keller. Sutton Massey, a name you may recall from the Panther basketball team, is an outside hitter. Nathan McBride is another outside hitter. Elijah Zambrencia, who is a different number than what I had written down originally. Abe Needcamp. Jesse Goodnight. And the libero is Neon Patel in the kind of gradient from the navy blue into the gold. All right, crowd on hand here on a Thursday afternoon. Weather appears to be holding off now. Going to get started a little early. We'll see what the starting lineup is for Coach Nichols and the Kahawks. Setter number 15 is Colin Waligorski. Jesse Scroggins is an outside hitter, Hiller number 4. Stanley Carnahan will be one of your middle hitters. He is a senior. Right side hitter, number 11, Andrew Balsitis. Cade Simmons is another outside hitter. Your other middle is Jordan Taylor, number 21. And your libero is Gage Freeman. He is the one out there in the white shirt for the Kahawks. Getting ready to go here for this clash between the Kahawks and the Panthers. Had a JV game before this. Panthers 2-set winners in that one in a fairly competitive game, winning 25-20 and actually coming back from an early deficit to win that second set 25-18. As the teams will go and wish each other good luck here. Referees are about ready to go. Crowd is ready to go. And it will be the, not sure which team it'll be to put the ball into play here. Found one of the traditional powers in boys volleyball in this area, along with Belleville East. Panthers have made a couple trips to state over the years in the shorter history of boys volleyball as an IHSA-sponsored sport. Looking to see if they can maybe make another deep run here in the playoffs this year. Kahawks looking to pick up a nice conference win for their first one, as the libero Gage Freeman will rotate in for Collinsville, and he will take the place of, is usually your opposite middle, and that would be Jordan Taylor. It will be the Kahawks to put the ball into play to start things off. Colin Waligorski will be your first serve. And we're going to get underway about 15 minutes early, 5:46 by my clock here. First serve is up and picked up by the Panther libero Patel. Set up into the middle and a big kill there by Goodnight. And the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. Will be Patel who will go back to serve, as Waligorski has to go track the ball down. And they get it to Patel, and we're going to get underway here with our second point. Patel with the jump serve, picked up by the libero Freeman, and set up attempted kill there from Balsitis, no good. And a kill from Zambrencia goes off the net, picked up by the Kahawks. Balsitis will tap it over. And a big kill there, and big pickup from Freeman as it skies up into the air and knocked over by Owen Scroggins and picked up again by the Panthers. And there is a kill for Nathan McBride, and the Panthers make it a 2-0 early lead. Pretty competitive point, though. Patel will go back to serve once again. And he does, and that'll be an ace. Kind of found the empty space there in the back row of the Kahok defense. Again, we do apologize for the camera difficulties that experience in here, trying to do what we can to mitigate that while being able to provide this broadcast for you all. Patel back to serve again. And it's picked up there by Freeman, set up well. And the kill from Scroggins picked up well by the Panthers. And a blistering attempted kill picked up well by Freeman. And set up there and able to get the kill is Owen Scroggins for the Kahawks' first point of the match. And it will be Scroggins who will go back to serve next up in the rotation for the Kahawks. One serving three here early in this one. Nice back setup there for McBride again, and he picks up his second kill. That makes it 4-1 as Jack Hettenhausen rotates in and will go back to serve for the Panthers. Serve is picked up by the Kahawks, and set middle, Carnahan will tap it over and set up down, and that will go off of the attempted block from Balcetis. Credit that kill to Sutton Massey, and that makes it 5-1 in favor of O'Fallon. Hettenhausen back to serve again, and that one is just a little bit too far. So the service error will give the Kahawks their second point of the set. Taylor will rotate in for Carnahan, and the libero Freeman will go back to serve. Jump serve picked up by the Panthers and set middle. And nice effort there from Simmons, but nobody able to get to it, and so that'll make it 6-2 in favor of O'Fallon as Massey will go back to serve. Massey, pretty tall kid. Showcase some of his skills on the basketball court here at Fletcher Gym and see how he does in the volleyball theater as the kill from Taylor goes over the sideline and will be another point for O'Fallon. Actually wound up going a ways into the stands as the attack error will make it 7-2 in favor of O'Fallon. Massey's serve picked up there by Scroggins, and the attempted kill from Carnahan goes off of Patel and then Zambrencia. So that'll be Carnahan's first kill, and that will make it 7-3 as Solomon Talbot will rotate in, take the place of Waligorski as they will bring in August Kent as well, take the place of Balcetis, and it'll be Kent who will go back to serve. His left-handed serve played well by the Panthers, and getting way up above the net there was Zambrencia, and that makes it 8-3. Libero Patel rotates out as Goodnight comes back in, and back to serve is Abe Neepkamp. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Serve from him is over and picked up by the Kahawks. And putting it down for a kill successfully there was Simmons. We have a little bit of confusion, but there's a point for Collinsville. That'll make it 8-4, and it will be Simmons who will go back to serve once we get the ball over, which there we are now. Serve is from Simmons, picked up by the Panthers and set high as that one hit, as we have a double hit called, so it'll be a point for Collinsville. So Kahawks will take the set error, and it'll be another point, and Simmons will look to see if he can't get a little bit of a run going. Next one picked up by Patel, set up for Zambrencia, and that one goes off of the attempted dig there from Freeman. That makes it 9-5. As McBride will rotate back in. As back to serve goes Blake Keller. His serve kind of high and floaty. Kahawks able to pick it up well, and nice kill there from Owen Scroggins as he picks up his second of the match, and that makes it 9-6. Kahawks showing some good fight here. Carnahan will rotate back in for Freeman as back to serve is Jordan Taylor. Taylor sends that one too far, and the service error makes it 10-6 as Freeman comes back in to take the place of Taylor. Zambrencia back to serve for the Panthers, and he sends that one into the net. 10-7. Balcetis and Waligorski will come in for Kent and Talbot. And it will be the just re-entered Waligorski who will go back into serve, which I believe is the top of the service order for Collinsville. Waligorski's serve picked up by Massey and set middle and kind of deflected off of Scroggins, who didn't really know where it was, but able to get it back over. Attempted kill picked up by Waligorski. Kahawks will set it up for Balcetis, who a little bit of an awkward attack, but manages to get it over. Nice dig there from Freeman. Goes off the side of the scoreboard, which is in play, and tapped over by Balcetis, but I think we have a net violation anyway. Went out of bounds. So tack error, however you want to slice it, and it will be Point O'Fallon, make it 11-7, as their libero Patel will go back to serve. Does so picked up by Freeman, set up by Waligorski. Balcetis a little bit behind him, and so he launches it a bit strong. Goes out of bounds long, and it'll be another point for O'Fallon. Chris Scroggins will come in for the first time for Collinsville, as Balcetis will have a seat. Excuse me. Patel's serve picked up, and, well, Niepkamp had the right idea, but hit the top of the net as he went for the kill, so it'll be a point for Collinsville, which makes it 12-8. And back to serve will be Owen Scroggins. That's 2 kills, as we have some sort of stoppage here. I think we have a little bit of rotational confusion here for Collinsville. Okay, clarification, everything looks good. Score is correct, no adjustments need to be made there. All right, we carry on. Serve from Scroggins kind of low, and Fallon do a pretty good job getting it over as we have a violation of some kind. Coach Nichols doesn't appear to be too upset about it, whatever it was. So anyway, 13-8 O'Fallon. Hettenhausen will go back to serve again. Serve. Looked like Simmons had a pretty good beat on it, but took a weird hop off of his attempted bump and goes out of play, and so it'll be a point for O'Fallon. 14 serving 8. Set up for Carnahan, gets it through the block, but Fallon able to pick it up, and Zambrencia able to pick up his 3rd kill, and that'll make it 15-8 in favor of the Panthers. And back to serve again will be Hettenhausen. Serve over, tap down. And picked up there by Waligorski. Set up again for Carnahan. Picked down, picked up there by Hettenhausen. Massey with the attempted kill, picked up by Waligorski. And sent over by Chris Scroggins. Panthers will reset. Trying to get it to Massey, but it goes too far. But the line judge says it was tipped. And so that'll be another point for O'Fallon. Massey with his second kill. That makes it 16-8, and Hettenhausen's run continues. Massey will rotate out and be replaced by Jacob Kolp. I think that's actually a substitution. Anyway. Hettenhausen floating serve picked up there by Scroggins. And big kill there from Simmons goes all the way up into the upper deck here at Fletcher Gym. Kahok's able to break the service run. They'll bring Taylor in for Carnahan. Freeman back to serve. Be 9 serving 16 here. Served by Freeman, picked up by Zambrencia. Set middle, nice pickup there by Freeman. And kind of pushed over by Chris Scroggins. Scramble situation, and Panthers are able to get it over. And they'll set it middle for Taylor. That's blocked well. Set it up, and that goes off the top of the net. And might have been best to just let it go, but the Cahoks will keep going. Simmons, will push it over. And big shot from Zambrencia out of the back row. And able to get the kill there is Chris Scroggins, and that'll get the crowd fired up a little bit. Cahoks with a pretty impressive point win there. And it'll be 16-10. Freeman will go back to serve once again. He does so. Panthers pick it up well. And nice block there from Scroggins and Taylor. Zambrencia will tap it down. Freeman able to pick it up. And nice presence of mind there from Taylor, able to get the tap over after it hit the bottom of the scoreboard. New video board, which again, if it comes down on your side of the net, then it is in play, but you can't bounce it off and then have it go over into the other side. Attempted tap down there is successful from Neepkamp as Freeman and Owen Scroggins kind of ran into each other there. And it will be Kolp who will go back to serve after getting subbed in earlier. Serve is picked up by Scroggins and set up by the other Scroggins. Nice dig there from Patel, and the Panthers unable to get it over cleanly. And so that'll be a 4-hit violation, and that'll make it 17-12 in favor of O'Fallon. August Kent will come back in to serve for Collinsville. Kent serve. Picked up for Zambrencia, and he really gets up there. Picks up his 4th kill as Goodnight rotates in for Patel. And back to serve is Brady Rasky, who came in at some point. Missed his entrance into the game for the freshman, I do believe. Jump serve from him, picked up by Freeman. Nice kill there from, I believe that was Simmons. Or actually, it was blocked down, so stand corrected. 19 serving 12 for O'Fallon. And will be Rasky once again. And that is too strong. It'll be a point for Collinsville, and back to serve will be Cade Simmons, as Fallon will, Neepkamp out. See Hettenhausen and Patel maybe back in. Anyway, And nice hustle there from Culp, able to get to it. And Patel send it over on the free ball. Kent sets it up for Jesse Scroggins. Panthers able to respond in kind. And yeah, bit of a misplaced set there from Kent. And that'll make it 20-13. Keller back to serve as McBride and Ian Shirley rotate in. It'll actually be Shirley who will go back to serve. Coach Sheehan not afraid to substitute a little bit here. Shirley's serve is picked up by O'Fallon and set middle for Taylor, but that is blocked. Let's try it over here on the other side for Scroggins. And McBride will launch it up, and Taylor does a good job getting over as we have a net violation called. Coach Nichols not thrilled with that one. But the decision will stand, and Shirley will go back to serve once again. Kent will set up for Taylor again, and this time Jordan leaves no doubt about the fact that that is most definitely a kill. That'll make it 21-14 as I have to go track the ball down out of the alcoves here in the corner at Fletcher Gym. Carnahan rotates back in for Freeman, as Evan Wilkinson will come into the game for the first time, as he will take the place in the rotation of Taylor. So one basketball player for another here. A lot of multi-sport guys here on this Kahok team. Jump serve from Wilkinson, picked up by Patel, and set up again for I think that was McBride, and that went off of Simmons. So McBride picks up his third kill unofficially. And now they will bring Taylor back. No, it's like he's, anyway. So Freeman in, and then Zambrencia will go back to serve. His jump serve, and miscommunication there between Freeman and Simmons, and so that'll technically be an ace, I think, for Zambrencia. Second ace for the Panthers on the day. And the lead is 23-14 now for O'Fallon, as that serve goes too far. KX will take the opportunity as Talbot and Kent rotate out, as Chris Scroggins and Waligorski will rotate back in, and will be Waligorski will go back to serve. Serve pushed over, and big kill. Nice effort there from Simmons, able to get to it, and attempted kill there from Jesse Scroggins goes a little too far, and that'll make it 24-15. So Neon Patel will go back and serve for the set here for O'Fallon. Carnahan with the tap and able to actually get through the block there of Neep Camp. Carnahan with his second kill, and Kahok staying alive for a little bit at least, as Lucas Zagorski will come in for the first time, and he will go back to serve. Serve pushed over and picked up by Zambrencia, and a kill there goes out. 24-17, so the run continues just a little bit. Kill or serve pushed over there by Zagorski, and great hustle play there from Zambrencia, able to get it over. Chris Scroggins with the kill. Nice dig from Zambrencia again, and tapped over, picked up by Zagorski, but too much air under it and goes out of play. And so the first set will go to O'Fallon by a score of 25-17. We'll take a break here before the second set, see if the Kahawks can force a decider. Back in a bit here on the Kahawk Broadcast Club Network.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation.
VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahawkSports.com and the Kahawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
And we welcome you back here into Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Zach Roseman and now Josh Roseman here with us. First set goes the way of the Panthers, 25-17, but see if the Kahawks are able to show some fight and pick up the second set and force a third set decider, as the referees head back to their places. Freeman will rotate in for Taylor, as Patel will do the same for O'Fallon, as he'll take the place of Goodnight. Or McBride, one of the two. Getting that figured out now. So a little bit of a delay here, and it will be Goodnight who will head down, and it will be the Panther libero Patel to start things off here in our second set. First serve from Patel, over and picked up not very well by Owen Scroggins. So that'll be Patel's second ace of the match. And it'll be a 1-0 Panther lead here in the second set. Those of you who weren't with us, Panthers won the first set 25-17. Patel with the serve again, picked up by Freeman. And the set too strong there from Waligorski, and that'll make it 2-0 as Coach Nichols a little frustrated there. A couple of small mistakes from his guys to start things off here in the second set. Patel will go back to serve again. That one picked up by Scroggins, and set middle for Carnahan, and that goes off of Zambrencia. Carnahan picks up his third kill, and that gives the Kahawks their first point. And the serve order comes around to Owen Scroggins. He will start things off here in the service department for the Kahawks in the second set. Serve picked up by Zambrencia. Set middle and tapped down by Carnahan. Just a little too strong. Did a good job there matching up with Massey. Or no, it is Jesse. You're right. You're right. Jesse, not Owen. It's a J. As another ace there from, that was Hettenhausen. Pardon me. That makes it 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. Not too often you see majority gold uniforms from O'Fallon, but
I don't mind them, though.
no, I think they look all right. Set middle there for Carnahan. Over and a block from Carnahan, but goes out of bounds, so that'll be a kill for Massey. That's his third, and that makes it 5-1 O'Fallon. Hettenhausen goes back to serve once again. As that one goes into the net, so the Kahawks pick up a point on the service error, and that makes it 5-2. As up off the bench comes Jordan Taylor. He'll take the place of Carnahan, and Gage Freeman will go back to serve. Freeman's serve picked up by Zambrencia, and kind of a tap over from Massey. Kahawks able to pick it up well. The serve over here for Chris Scroggins, picked up by Taylor, and set it for Scroggins again. Gets up over Massey, and he'll tap it over. Nice pickup there from Freeman, set up by Waligorski, and Taylor will just kind of launch it over. Patel reads it well, sets it up for the Panthers. They'll go back to Massey, but that one goes into the net, and the Kahawks will pick up the point, make it 5-3, as Coach Sheehan will bark out instructions to her players. Freeman back to serve again. That one's picked up by Zambrencia, set middle by Keller for Massey, and that one actually kind of a beneficial hit off of the rafters here. Try to set it up again, and that one gets over. Kill there for Neepkamp, his second, and that snaps the mini run there for the Kahawks, makes it 6-3, and back to serve will be Sutton Massey. Both teams are in action in tournaments this weekend. Collinsville have one down at Swick, which is being run by the folks at Althoff, and O'Fallon will be heading across the river to take part in a tournament at one of the Fort Zumwalt schools, I believe South, as Neepkamp picks up another kill. That makes it 7-3. Massey back to serve once again. Massey serve picked up by Scroggins, set up by Waligorski for Simmons, and that goes off of Massey. Simmons picks up his fourth kill, and that makes it 7-4 as Talbot and Kent rotate in. And presumably be Kent who will go back to serve. Kent serve over and too far, actually. That'll make it 8-4 in favor of O'Fallon, as they will bring in Goodnight, and Hrasky will go back to serve. Hrasky serve off the net and picked up there by Kent, and Talbot with the left-handed tap over. Zambrencio heads it over, and Talbot able to keep it going, and it'll be sent over too far, actually, by Simmons, and that'll make it 9-4 in favor of O'Fallon. Not too often you see somebody hit it too far in a situation like that, at least from volleyball that we've watched. This is our first broadcast of a few this year. Another serve from Rasky picked up by Freeman.
That is the one thing I've noticed about this playing volleyball in this gym is the line is kind of hard to see on the backside, so sometimes it may be difficult to judge distance.
Kahok's able to pick up the point as referees rule that was deflected as Eepkamp comes back in, take the place of Rasky, and Simmons will go back to serve for Collinsville. Tapped over by Zambrencio, picked up by Scroggins. Kent will set it up for him, and that was actually tapped over, and so they'll set it up again for Taylor this time. Patel picks it up, set middle by Keller, and that was Goodnight, I believe, picking up the kill, as Lucas Zagorski will rotate in. Foun will bring McBride back in, take the place of Hettenhausen, as Keller goes back to serve. Zagorski will take the place of Simmons. That one kind of knuckled a little bit, but
yeah,
Kahok's able to set it up and tap over by Talbot, and Solomon picks up his first kill as that went off the hand there of Keller. So a little bit of an awkward angle because he doesn't really get it. I mean, Solomon's, being 6'11", he doesn't really get over the top of the ball, though. A little more lateral as hitting styles go, but results in a point there.
You see him dancing down there.
Yes. Evan Wilkinson will come in for Taylor, and Evan will go back to serve. Not a young team for the Kahawks, but maybe a little inexperienced. A lot of guys that, as Wilkinson juices that one. Taylor and Freeman will come in for Wilkinson and Scroggins.
We definitely have a lot of guys who play other sports.
Yeah, which is nice, but not a lot of volleyball specialists, I guess.
No.
And so maybe, definitely some athletic talent, but just guys trying to get into volleyball shape, I guess, for lack of a better term, as the service error there results in a point for Collinsville. Makes it 11-7 as Colin Waligorski will head back to serve. Waligorski sends it over, picked up well by Keller, and kind of an up and down motion there from, that was Culp, and a nice kill there. Ooh, went on the near side of the pole, which you're not allowed to do. Got a hold of it, but on the wrong side. That makes it 12-7, and Panther libero Patel will flip the service order over and go back to see if he can't stretch this lead some more and let the Panthers make the relatively short trip home with the win. Set up by Simmons for Scroggins, and that is
out.
Too far. Another attack error for Collinsville is not too much emotion from Coach Nichols down there on the sideline. Patel back to serve again. Does so. Freeman picks that up well, and able to pick up the kill there is Culp, his first of the night. And that makes it 14-7, and Coach Nichols will call timeout, so we'll take one along with him back here in just a bit on the Kahok Broadcast Club Network.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning sauces and rubs that supports our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop on by, see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time world champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com or call 618-855-8855.
Serve by Patel is pushed over, and the Kahawks able to respond. Set middle and kind of an awkward little tap over, but it works out well enough. Fallon able to keep the rally going. Set up by Keller, and nice job there, kind of hesitating from Neepkamp as he picks up his 4th kill of the night. And that will make it 15-7 in favor of O'Fallon as they will rotate in Ian Shirley once again. He'll take the place of Keller, so Panthers switching setters. Patel looks to continue his service run. He does so, picked up by Freeman. And Carnahan able to pick up the kill there. Nice job by Stan, his 4th of the night. And that snaps the service run and gets the lead to 15-8 for O'Fallon. Jesse Scroggins back to serve. And we're ready to go. Quick little jump serve results in an ace, actually. Kahawk's first ace of the match, so see if Jesse's able to get a little bit of a service run going here. Ooh, big left-handed kill there from McBride. That's his 4th. And that takes away some of the momentum that the Kahawks were able to build. It'll be 16 serving 9 for the just newly re-entered Jack Hettenhausen. Serve over, picked up by Simmons, set up by Waligorski for Simmons, and his kind of an awkward left-handed tap gets over. And another kill there out of the middle for Neepkamp. He picks up his 5th, leads either team, at least by the highly unofficial stats that we're keeping here, as Hettenhausen will look to continue his service run. Sent over by the Kahawks. And nice kill there from Chris Scroggins. Will fire up the crowd a bit. That'll make it 17-10 as Freeman goes back to serve and Taylor will rotate in. Freeman with the serve. And another kill for Neepkamp. That's 6 for him. And the lead is 18-10. Do have one more broadcast this week. We've added one on. We were scheduled to have some softball for you on Saturday, but due to the deluge that happened the other day, I guess it's been almost a week now, the normal home field for the softball team has been flooded, and so they've moved the games to the middle school. Now, we would be able to get to the middle school. The problem, however, is that there are no electrical connectors out there that would enable us to broadcast it.
We'd have to run like a 300-foot extension cord, and it'd not be fun.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, could we make it work? Yes, but it's just not practical for us to achieve, as Falcon there from Simmons, as he picks up his kill, as he smokes it off of the off of his opposite number 14's face. Culp appears to be fine. That's, I guess, one of the things that kind of comes with playing volleyball is you're going to get one in the face every once in a while. As August Kent will rotate in, be 11 serving 19 for Collinsville. Soft one there picked up by Hettenhausen, and able to pick up the kill there is Ambrencia, his 5th, and that will make it 20-11. As Andrew Kramer comes off the bench for the first time tonight. Foul looking to continue their perfect run in conference play. And set it for Taylor. Blocked well there by Goodnight. And Talbot able to pick up his 2nd kill as he sends one careening off into the Panther bench. And so the Kahawks showing some fight here. 20-12 as Cade Simmons goes back to serve once again. And set up there into the middle for Goodnight. Scroggins and a really impressive dig there from Culp. And a combined block from, well, probably about as tall of a pairing as you could get here at Collinsville High School between Jordan Taylor at 6'6" and Solomon Talbot at 6'11". It's kind of hard to hit over that. So they're able to pick up the block, as unfortunately not able to get it over the net. That time was Cade Simmons. Zakorski will rotate in, as O'Fallon will bring McBride back in, as back to serve goes Shirley. 21 serving 13 for O'Fallon. Serve is picked up there, set up for Scroggins, and he finds an open space and picks up his third kill, does Jesse Scroggins.
A little bit of energy building here.
Yeah, not a bad crowd on hand for volleyball.
Probably 150 people here.
Yeah, not a bad crowd, especially when you got a couple other events going on. Soccer getting underway probably here in just a couple minutes. Hopefully they're able to get that in, as hopefully the rain manages to stay away, as Talbot unable to get that one lifted up very well, and McBride will pick up the block, and that makes it 22-14. Taylor in for I don't really remember how exactly that works, but Freeman in anyway, as Zambrencia goes back to serve again. And Kent sets it up for Talbot, and it is too far. Got a decent strike on it, just a little too strong. And that leaves the Panthers just 2 points away from...
He barely has to jump.
In some ways, it might almost be better if he didn't.
Yeah.
But with kind of the lower angle of attack, is there you go, showcasing that was a pretty nice pass from Solomon.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that. That was a pretty good distributor on the basketball court, as Kahok's able to pick up another point there, as Chris Scroggins and Waligorski come back in. Waligorski will go back to serve. Kahok's looking to show some fight here and be able to draw some positives. All in all, I don't think it's been a bad performance from the Kahawks necessarily. I think they've managed to limit their mistakes pretty well. As a thunderous kill there from Culp. And that gets a big hand from the JV team, as they're going to bring Patel back in. As he thought, well, wait a minute, I gotta go serve again one more time. He hopes, anyway. Panther fans on their feet, and nearly an ace, but Kahok's able to set it up, and too strong on the pass, and so that will be a winner for the Panthers, 25-17, 25-15. Panthers improve to 10-3, 4-0 in Southwestern Conference play. Kahawks fall to 1-9, 0-3 in conference play. Player of the game for the Kahawks, probably Cade Simmons, 5 kills. Pretty solid performance for him, at least in our opinion, as the Panthers are able to pick up the program sweep, winning all 4 sets of volleyball that took place here today. Like we mentioned earlier, our next broadcast will be Saturday from, I guess we never mentioned what we were going to do instead of the softball game. So we're going to go do baseball. Got the Pink Out game, which will be held at Roy E. Lee Field up on the campus of SIUE. That'll be Saturday afternoon. 1 o'clock scheduled start, but we do have the JV game before, so it might be a little later. Keep your eyes open for that, and we'll look forward to bringing that for you. It'll be our first look at the baseball team, but till then, O'Fallon, your winners here tonight, 25-17, 25-15. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Everybody stay safe out there. Hopefully the weather still plays nice for us. And until Saturday, everybody have a great rest of your day.